We win! We won!
Welcome back to the PWC YouTube channel for the coach reveals of Season 12. And first and foremost, I need to thank all of you guys for the huge amount of interests and applications this season. We have received almost 160 applications, which is way more than we could ever have imagined. It is actually a 50% increase around about that from our previous record. So yeah, we were overwhelmed by the amount of interest that you guys showed this season, and yeah, we have added some divisions due to that fact, and hope we made a good choice with you guys. And that of course also means that even though we did add some divisions, there was just no way for us to admit everyone. It was just way too many people, and this means that we actually have quite some rejections this season, unfortunately. But yeah, there was really no way around it for us, and we tried to make it as fair as possible. And yeah, the huge amount of interest is of course partly due to our participation in the PGP, and therefore I want to mention and thank our roster for the PGP 2024. We did end up winning the competition in our first participation. We were admitted for the first time to participate in the PGP, and of course we went in very, very humbly, as you guys know us. But yeah, we couldn't have expected it to go as well as it did. And I need to thank first and foremost Karakasa, who ended up being the PGP 500 2024 overall cross competition MVP with a record of 7-1. He was the best coaches across all leagues, and yeah, I'm really proud of him for that. He really went all out in terms of prep, and he also helped the team, and he had like 3 6-0 wins along the way, and he also won his game in the final series, of course. So yeah, we could never have won this without Karakasa, and in my personal opinion, the PGP kind of dropped the ball and not giving him his flowers with a special announcement or anything. So we will definitely make up for that right now. Congratulations and thank you, Karakasa. No one will ever take this away from you. You are one of the best players in draft. And yeah, then I also want to thank the remaining roster. Leighton, Ronan, Sting were insane in terms of performance. Of course, Camel with his input in team building. He kind of did have the unfortunate, doesn't begin to describe my serious kind of performance in terms of play, but he definitely was still invaluable in terms of prep and everything, of course. And yeah, just the entire roster, Spooks, Hallo, Leonard, Cadillacs. I don't want to forget a single one of you. It was just great teamwork. And also, of course, all the guys who did show out to the games and supported us. It was so much fun to play with so many people showing up in chat and cheering on. And of course, lastly, all the coaches who helped prep us for the final series, which was just amazing to see so many strong coaches from past seasons of the PWC just all helping in prep for these final games, and it all came down to that crazy Game 7 in the final series. Yeah, really, you couldn't have wrote a better script if you were trying to make a movie. So yeah, amazing experience. No one can take this away from us. We are the PGP 500 2024 winners. All right. With that being said, let's go into the current season reveals. And for the current season, I need to thank Mr. Grimes, who came up with our naming theme for the divisions this season. We are going to have 6 showdown divisions this season, in addition to the 1 Wi-Fi division that we always have. The divisions this season will be named after legendary Pokemon items, and that starts with the Wi-Fi division, which is going to be called Wonder Division, named after the Wonder Key. The showdown divisions are going to be in order. Division 1 is going to be the Sacred Division, named after Sacred Sand. We have the Soul Division. We have Griseous Division, which is obviously very easy to pronounce. Then we have Berserk Division, named after the Berserk gene. We have the Azure Division, and the last division is going to be the Gracidea Division, named after the Gracidea flower. All right. For the showdown divisions, as always, they are going to be tiered in order, 1 to 4, like we always had. And then you can look at divisions 5 and 6, the Azure and Gracidea division, kind of separately of that, because that's where a lot of the newcomers are going to be placed. So yeah, we were just unable to really accurately rank you guys. So a lot of you will end up in one of those divisions. And then, of course, if you are doing well, you're going to be, upon return for Season 13, you're going to be tiered in the usual PWC ranking. All right. So yeah, with all that out of the way, I think that should be it. And this season, we are going to change up the order a little bit because we have so many showdown divisions. We are going to start it off with the Wi-Fi division with the reveals. And that is going to be, as always, Shadow Gallade, who is going to take it away now with the Wonder division reveals.
Why, thank you, my good sir. And hello, my name is Shadow Gallade, and welcome to our Wi-Fi division, the Wonder division. If you want to know what the Wonder Division means, well, tell me in the comments below, and I'll tell you if you're right. Now then, you know why you're here, so let's see who's going to hell with us. First of all, Coach Fist to Your Doom, a classic of the league, and one who I spent 30 minutes making a bid for, but I realized if I went through with it, he would probably fist me to my doom, so let's just move on. Abyss Array, although his name is also Wah. Therefore, I propose we call him Waluigi for the rest of the season, and by his own admission, he is a boomer, and, well, we play Pokemon. We need more of these. Next up, Rodenstig, a longtime veteran since, I believe, Season 6. However, while looking for facts, I spent all my time trying to figure out whether or not he was Belgian or Bulgarian, due to Guile calling him Belgarian in the notes. Blame him, not me. Next up, we have Ashton, who joined in Season 10 and is a welcome comrade in both the seasons. Just don't ask how it ended. Season 10 ended for him. Next up, oh hey, it's me! And as you know, I have a tradition of doing something stupid just to see how far I can go, even winning one season with Mischievous. So with that being said, who's ready to see me take round 1 Flareon? If you snipe me, I will never forgive you. I have mod powers. I will abuse them, so help me God! Anyway, before I murder someone, Pup. On his application for this, he bragged about being 4-0 in the BBR when he applied for this, only to lose the very next week. Now, should I make a Pride 4 cometh before the fall joke, or the less obvious one about Paraguay? I'll let you decide. Anywho, next up, Mr. Grimes. We need Mrs. Grimes in here one of these days. Anywho, this man has gone on Bible-long rants with Camel over whether or not we should allow Palafin and Wi-Fi, which I'm 70% sure was done by ChatGPT. Though to be fair, it worked since Palafin is banned, so long live our new AI overlords, I guess. Anyway, Dries, 1998. You're a few years behind here, buddy. A newcomer to both the PWC and YouTube scene who does show some promise, and we here at Shitpost Incorporated are always happy to push them in the right direction. Off a cliff into madness. Next up, the final Gamma Ninja. I've said this every season we've had them in here. Until I see a Shedinja use Final Gambit, fraud watch on site immediately. Next up, Delphin Squared. I'm not here to do math, I'm here to play Pokemon. But they didn't leave a replay, so that was interesting. However, they supposedly got swept by Camo once in the Middle Ages, back in Gen 7. In other words, it's Division 2 material. Welcome aboard! Next up, Maki, who, if you're familiar with the server, fought against us leading the CDC team during the Pokemon Grand Prix a few months ago, and if you'll recall, that match came down to the final game, so I'd say we have some nice competition on our hands. Next up, Terizo. I was watching the YouTube stuff they posted, and I got a sense of what we in the business like to call crackhead energy, and if there's one thing we need, it's crackheads. Welcome aboard! Next up, the Fire Master Mountain. I don't know what MT stands for. A veteran even longer than Ronin in Season 4, largely known for their bulky offensive playstyle, and after taking Season 11 off, RNGesus only knows what they've been building up in their time off. Next up, Caltech 13, and this Like, he did so well in DPL, we couldn't even find the replays, they were destroyed. So naturally, he should join me in drafting a 2-point Terra Captain and Tixoing half the league. Though they might have some trouble with our next contender, Glass Shadows, probably the most accomplished coach and resume of any of us here. Keep in mind, 2 of us have been in the BBR in the same time, with a list of victims including Bub, Muffins, and numerous others. If you know either of those names, you'll know it is a threat here. Definitely the man you keep your eyes on. And finally, the bread pudding official. The official in all things bread pudding. You know what? Can we stop with the bread thing? Like, I've had a lot of that recently. It's Christmas. Can we change our name to Figgy Pudding instead? In fact, you know what? Screw this. I'm gonna go get some Figgy Pudding because I'm sick of bread. Whoever's next up, just take it from here.
Hi, Mr. Grimes, PWC protagonist here. I just want to say, surprised? Yes, I know that it was leaked that I will be doing or revealing the Division 4 coaches. However, Gil is feeling a little under the weather. Hope he feels better soon. So I was asked to step in. And as a man of the people, I am here to fill in for him. Hope I can do him justice by slamming these reveals. Our top division this season is known as Sacred Division. Let's not waste any more time. I know you guys are excited for some reveals. Our first coach was always an obvious choice for top division, a coach who very well could be considered to be above the top division. The reigning, defending, undisputed PWC champion of the world, Camel Convention. It would be pointless for me to list all of his accolades because we only have so much time. Every league this guy has joined, he's picked up a win in. He has won in my league. He's won here. He's probably beaten Mike Tyson boxing. He's probably beaten Eminem in a rap battle. However, the competition is stiff this season, and Camel will have his skills checked. Can he retain? Our second coach is Caracasa, a PWC mainstay. Moved up to the top division last season after winning second division in season 2. This guy is ready to show up and show out. I am told he owns 3 Gibble plushies and a Garchomp plushie. So if I had to guess, his favorite evolutionary line is the Krabby line. Anyway, best of luck to him in top division. Our third coach, known for bringing the heat, our anti-Trannel, is Leonard. Season 8 Division 2 champ. Season 10 Division 1 champion. Can he keep his even season championship record alive by winning Division 1 this season and Season 12? Only time will tell. Our fourth coach is the renowned RadioactiveMayo, a co-founder of the ETA and a top-level threat for some time now, including wins over Trainel and none other than Camel Convention. I assume he cheated, but what do I know? However, this isn't the ETA. This is God's country. Can he win the top prize in PWC? Also, check out his YouTube channel. Thanks. I fool out of fifth coach's ass, man. He won Div 2 last season with Weird Deer, and it was crazy, so we had to promote him up to top division. He's currently on the run from the Ohio State Police for defacing a billboard or something. I don't know. Don't let that give you the false impression of him. He's a really cool guy and will talk to you for hours about anything. He's also the father of my godchild, so that's cool too, SA. Good luck to you in Season 5, man. I hope you win. Our sixth coach, hailing from the Ultra Recon Draft Leagues by way of wherever the hell in Asia he is right now, is Cadillacs. I feel like I could talk all day about the merits of Cadillacs. This guy is extremely smart and resourceful, a big fan of Mega Alakazam and loves abusing psychic terrain. Just a great guy all around, really. Just really knowledgeable about the art and craft that is competitive Pokemon. Looking to finally claim a win in the PWC, which has really eluded him for some time now. This season is his season. I can feel it. Our seventh coach, one of Season 10's biggest heels, is Polito Shark, utterly abusing the bottom division in Season 10, leaving it and its participants utterly devastated in the wake, sparing no lives and claiming the prize. He was swiftly moved up to Division 1 last season, where he began his redemption arc and going after a prize more befitting of his skill level. Imagine, if you will, Roman Reigns winning the NXT North American Championship. That's what it was like for Shark to win bottom division. However, like I said, he's done screwing around. He's had his fun. He is coming for blood. Our 8th coach is the returning Lonely Litten. I am told he beat Camel after an 80-turn sticky barb tennis match. I can only imagine how that went. I am told he believes the best offense is a good defense, which you don't see a lot these days. But, I hear or I read that he plays defensively, and I think stall. But it's not written down as stall, so you have no reason to believe it's stall. It's not stall, guys, I swear. Trust me. Making our halfway point with our 9th coach, it's Nahaima. Nahaima. The owner of the NBA, which was the PWC semifinal opponent in the PGP, however, has been playing competitively since Season 11, if you can believe that. Has a list of accolades a mile long. I ain't reading all that. Just know that this guy has won championships all over in every walk of competitive you can think of. However, he looks to tackle his hardest challenge yet, winning a PWC championship. Could he be the one to claim the top gold? Our 10th coach is our boy, Venom. I could swear this guy has had like 5 different names in this server, but I could be mistaken. The info sheet tells me he's entering his 4th division. I don't know if that means he started out as a 4th division player and moves up to top division. If that is the case, he is living my dream. Made playoffs in Division 1 last season, hoping this time he can be able to claim the prize that has eluded him his entire PWC career, if it is indeed the case that he started out in Div 4. If he hasn't, then egg on my face. Our 11th coach, also hailing from the NBA, is Sweet Sorrow. He has another name that could be on screen instead of the one I am telling you. One of the top members of the NBA PGP. Don't worry, that confuses me too. A multi-time top division finalist in the NBA. I don't know if that means he was unable to grab the gold there. Alas, we will see if he will be able to grab it here. Hear the legend of the Kung Fu Panda. Doom, da, doom, doom, da, doom, da, doom, doom. Was added to Division 1 from last season for being so bodacious and awesome. Justify that position by becoming the Dragon Warrior and mastering Chi. He also won the Tournament of Champions that included 2 other Kung Fu Masters. What? Say it again. Oh, he's not Poe. Oh. Well, this is awkward. Hey guys, look! It's everyone's favorite furry, the starving pig. I didn't even know kiwis were capable of love. Little baby boy was gonna pee himself if he didn't get in the top division. Okay, I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. In all seriousness, Pig has made his way from Div 3 to Div 1 with consistent performances throughout the seasons of the PWC, even earning his way to being a part of the PWC Elite 4. He's looking to channel all of his energy into becoming the champion of the PWC for the first time, and honestly, I could have thought he had won it in the past. He's really good battler. Because I think as much as he hates to admit it, he loves it here. Almost as much as he loves Weirder. Damn it, I couldn't resist. Our 14th coach is Jam. Jam's notes say that he has made an impact in only 2 seasons by winning 2 divisions. Or by winning Division 2 one season and then Division 1 the next season. I can't recall. I can't tell you honestly if he's done any more seasons than that. But if he hasn't, that means he has a 100% win rate in the PWC, which is crazy. Which is just astronomically unbelievable. Best of luck to our Jam That Champion. Our 15th coach is none other than our fearless leader, Trinell, Season 5 champ. Won Wi-Fi last season, along with a long list of accolades, but most importantly, he is the reason we are all here. We couldn't have done this without him. He's just a great guy, even if he did take a giant bite out of his couch, which history shows could have led to the bite of 87. All jokes aside, thank you, Trinell, for everything you do. Thank you for a wonderful league. What? You're still here? We're not throwing it to Camel just yet? Is there something else you need from me? You think I'm hiding something from you? You believe I have inside knowledge on something that even the admins don't know? You think I'd hide that from you? We have another coach to announce. That was only It was only 15 coaches. Chano wasn't the last one. There is one more coach. A coach I've never met. A coach whose name strikes fear into the hearts of those who hear it. He's been playing draft for longer than most of you have been alive. He's won championships all over. He has seen John Cena. But all that is surface level for him. He was ranked top 10 within the global rankings of DraftLeague.net or something, I don't know. I don't know what evil is being unleashed in the top division. And quite frankly, I want to remain ignorant. The less I know, the better. Gentlemen of the PWC, prepare for sorbs. Now we go over to Camel Convention for the Division 2 reveals. Also, I'll be back for Division 4. Okay, bye! Kisses! Mwah.
Hello everyone, Camel Convention here, known Mega Venusaur Merchant, and I am pleased to present the coach reveals for our second division, this time known as the Soul Division, as in Soldu. If Latios goes undrafted here, I will be deeply disappointed. Without further ado, our first coach is none other than Leighton, former organizer of the PWC Gym Challenge, though he has since been supplanted by Mr. Grimes. As a player, he is Chaos Incarnate. Like, his odds are basically always 50-50, regardless of who he is up against. Point in case, he took a game off me in DPL as I threw in a spectacular fashion. And he won Season 6 Division 3, and he just put up a 5-1 record in PGP with some very impressive wins. And also, of course, he is a member of our admin team, so he must be good. It's just a prereq. Speaking of admins, next up we have Spooks. I'm getting some deja vu from last season's reveals, but he was also on our PGP roster. In fact, he made finals in Season 7 Division 2, and he has never missed playoffs in either Wi-Fi or Division 2. And he's also very quirky with the mons he likes to draft, so I think Belgians are just like that. But at least we don't have Oricorio Signature Legal anymore. Next up, we have Zaroga, one of our first coaches to make the climb from Division 4 all the way to Division 1. He hasn't fully found his footing in Division 1 yet. He did get middling results with a turtle-themed team in Season 10. Yes, there was a Mega Metacham and an Asia Slash and some other mons of whom the popular belief is that they are not turtles, but I mean, you try finding 11 turtles that make a cohesive draft. I've only done it with snakes and monkeys. And maybe the real turtle is the friends we made along the way. Continuing, we have Yasha Indigo, also known as Yasha Lanakila last season, since Indigo was our Division 1 name. But anyway, he is another PWC Division 2 staple since Season 7. He always does well in regular season, just hasn't translated that into playoffs yet. He played Division 1 in Season 10, and that was the only time he's ever missed playoffs, so I think we got to get that Division 2 win first, and then once Starvin gets relegated to Div 2, then maybe there'll be some more space after the NBA overcrowding sorts itself out. Anyway, our next coach is Moonlight, who has been here since Season 5. He won Division 2 in his debut, and he made finals of that offseason. And he also got first seed in Season 10 Division 2, only to be taken out by Karakasa in playoffs. He's also played Division 1 a couple times, making quarters in Season 6, and 6-0ing Starvin with Glow King last season. However, he did miss playoffs, and since we are really struggling for space in our Division 1, he kind of got power crept out of the division, so yeah, the NBA invasion is having drastic effects on the economy. Similarly, Shoot Drip was also a Division 1 coach last season, coming from the infamous Smurf-infested Season 10 Division 4, only losing out there to Polito Shark, the Papa Smurf himself. He just barely missed out on playoffs last season by one differential to Starvin Pig, which is sad because Starvin falling to Division 2 is the way funnier timeline, but unfortunately I don't write the script. Speaking of the NBA invasion, it's leaking into Division 2, nobody is safe. We have Jordson, who not only competes in their top division, where he is one of their high-placing coaches, but he was also on their PGP roster. Is he going to smurf super hard here? Hopefully not. Halfway through, for our 8th coach, we have a relative newcomer in For the Legion. He went 7-1 in Division 2 last season with hyper offense and made it to finals, losing out to ES. This could justify a Division 1 placement, but we just don't have the space for that. We already have coaches getting power crept out of the division, and also the caliber of Division 1 probably isn't going to get cheesed out by HO in the same way that Division 2 did last season. And I would imagine the same is true for our Division 2 this season. So I wouldn't expect a repeat performance to the same extent unless he like maybe changes things up. But he also could just draft HO again and it just works. Who's to say? Next up, we have the Scary Smoliv, yet another Division 2 staple for his 5th season here, making Season 8 finals and going undefeated last regular season. Very strong player, but he just doesn't have the consistency yet that would place him in Division 1, but certainly a top contender for this season. For our first true newcomer on the list, we have Gamer Not Found. This guy had some strong replays in his application, but he was also pretty active upon joining the server in calling out shitty tiering decisions, and most notably, I agreed with his takes. Like, yes, the tier list does suck, but if you can't abuse the tier list, then where's the fun in that? Our next coach is Gallade, aka Fuckaloco. I think this is around where I did the sponsorship bit last season. I'm not sure if there's a lot of room for innovation, and this probably isn't going to be edited too heavily, so just imagine a NordVPN logo on the screen or something, or maybe like a Raid Shadow Legends transition. Anyway, Gallade has been a consistent upper midfield contender in Division 2, who hasn't hit that crazy run yet, but he has the potential to do so. Maybe 3rd season is the charm. Next up, we have a coach who is among the strongest contenders for the should have been Division 1 title in Gracidea. He made Division 1 finals in both of his first 2 seasons in the server, and won the second in Season 7. More recently, he played in Division 1 Season 10, making it to quarterfinals. Hopefully with the new power creep, though, he won't be able to smurf too hard. The NBA invasion continues with our next coach, Fennec Master. Fennec Master was not on their PGP roster, but he is currently in their top division, so we'll get to see how that translates to PWC. If our NBA coaches overperform in Division 2, we might have to move me down to bottom division next season to make room. Maybe there I can draft Carnivine Signature or Mono Monkeys. Our next contestant is Nightwing J, the only coach to move up from Division 3 this season. Not only did he get a 7-1 run last season, but he cleared the PWC Gym Challenge and Elite Four with Mono Bug, only losing out to Ronin, but like the champion before the overhaul had pretty OP odds, especially since Ronin just had a straight up OU team. But this landed him a spot in our Elite Four when I stepped down before making my own run and becoming champion. By the way, you guys should do the Gym Challenge. It's very fun. Another newcomer coming up, we have the Oranges. They have little draft experience compared to most of the Division 2 competition, only starting in 2023 and playing in smaller servers. But I can attest to the fact that sometimes small draft communities have some of the strongest players, and the replays in their application were quite impressive, which I feel earns the Division 2 spot. And last but not least, the Brazilian Supreme himself, the PWC admin team GOAT, who just announced Division 1 and hopefully didn't call me a fraud or something. We have Gil. He's been a Division 1 staple since Season 4, who, while not having a standout run, made playoffs more often than not. He made semifinals in Season 4, Season 6 off-season finals, and in my debut, Season 9, took over a 0-4 team to go 4 wins for the remaining games, including beating me with the power of his 5-minute prep Jolly Mamoswine, which I was 99% certain would be adamant, and thus threw the game immediately. He hasn't played in a bit, and the power level has gone up, so we think that fitting him in Division 2 is fine this season, but definitely one to look out for. And those are all 16 of our coaches for the Soul Division. Like Division 1, Division 2 seems pretty cracked compared to our usual. The PWC Golden Age is real. Let's see if the trend continues as I throw it over to ETA owner RadioactiveMayo for the Division 3 reveals.
Hello everyone, I am RadioactiveMayo, and today I'm going to be doing the coach reveals for Division 3 of PWC Season 12, aka the Griseous Division. So, first up, we have Bonnie 2005. Bonnie has had a meteoric rise in PWC for the past 4 seasons, going from the bottom of Division 3 to the finals of Division 3, to the quarterfinals of Division 2, but had a fall from grace last season, finishing last in Division 2. So unfortunately, they will fall in Division 3 this season, and we'll see if he can pick up the pieces. Next up, we have Thunder Tinker. Thunder Tinker is the reigning Division 4 champion with a heroic run last season, moving up through the ranks. And as an aspiring meteorologist, he of course did it with a weather team with signature Abomasnow, very cool, heating up like global warming out there on the battlefield. He's also a Midwestern storm chaser and an avid baseball fan, and will be tested in Division 3 this season. Next up, we have Asylum GS83. Asylum went under the radar in his debut in an evenly matched Division 2 last season, and while his run saw him missing playoffs in the end, he's back for another shot, this time in Division 3. After that, we have Vex, or Vhex. I'm not sure how you want that to be pronounced. Vex is another Season 11 newcomer from last season, from a friendly league, the DPL. Vex had an overall solid, albeit not outstanding run that saw him getting eliminated from quarterfinals in Division 3. However, it was good enough to get him another shot in Division 3. After that, we have Ty the Guy 004. Ty the Guy is coming over from ETA and has had big intentions to break the ETA curse in PWC, so I'm rooting for you, Ty the Guy. He had a solid run in his debut season last season and had some good results, but was also eliminated in quarterfinals and will give it another shot here in Division 3. Next up, we have Savage Raccoon. Yet another returning Season 11 newcomer whose run in Division 3 went under the radar. He will hope to make a deeper run into playoffs in his second attempt after being eliminated in the first round of Division 3 last season. After that, we have a PWC legend, DTN 98. Fun fact, DTN's first win in the PWC was back in Season 1 versus a Diplodocus. Now, while the Diplodocus has since gone extinct, DTN is one of the few coaches still remaining from Season 1 of PWC. He is one of the top coaches in the early area of the league, with him finishing second in Seasons 1 and 2. His biggest success remains in Season 7 Division 2 Championship, winning that match 6-0 in the Grand Finals. And this time in Season 12, we'll run it in Division 3. After that, we have a personal favorite of mine, my good friend and co-founder of ETA, MikeHaley. MikeHaley, born and raised in New York, Mormon. His great YouTube channel, you should check it out. And is looking to break the ETA curse as well and have a huge run. I believe this is his 5th season now of PWC, and is really truly set to have a standout season. So we'll see how that goes. After that, we have Dead Pants. Dead Pants has been a Division 4 staple in the past 2 seasons, where he has made a consistent where last season he made a consistent returning coach rage quit the server by paraflinching him down with Jirachi. Truly iconic. After his heroic run in the off-season that saw him eliminate several Division 1 coaches and make it all the way to finals with his Terra Trevenant, he's now earned the nickname of PWC Chef and has bumped up to Division 3. After that, we have another icon in the PWC, Scary Monsters Over Heaven. A PWC mainstay at this point, who has played almost every season since Season 5 and has a very successful past in the league with a championship in Season 9 Division 3 and a Season 7 Division 2 final as well, and an off-season win in the same season. You might also even hear him doing some commentary on the PWC YouTube channel from time to time. And after that, we have Jace. Jace became known in the PWC for his Miltank heroics last season in his debut season that saw it get double-digit kills without the use of Terra. His run ended only in finals. Another coach that fails to move up through the huge amount of returning and incoming top-tier coaches and all of the power creep in Season 12. But Jace will once again have another shot in Division 3 and see if he can make it all the way this time. Next up, we have Jactus. Jactus has been around in PWC for a while now. The Season 5 Division 3 championship, who has been hit with the quarterfinals curse in recent seasons. The past 3 seasons in a row has been dropped out in the quarterfinals after dominating in the regular season, and once again, he will try to break the curse this season to see if he can make it further. After that, we have Mimiko. Mimiko has been a very consistent and reliable Division 2 coach since his debut, never missed playoffs in Division 2, and is certainly one of the controversial coaches to move down. But with the extreme power creep of Season 12, unfortunately, Mimiko will be forced to compete in Division 3 and will certainly be one of the top coaches and a threat here in the Griseous division. After that, we have Greg Sillo. Quote, "You guys know I'm the very best," was literally in his application. While in a normal season, he would probably have moved up after a 7-1 regular season like he had. This is not a normal season, and he will have to prove it once again here in Division 3. And after that, we have Bummer. Bummer made his infamous Season 10 Division 4, made his debut in the infamous Season 10 Division 4 that became known as Smurfville. Subsequently skipped a division to Division 2 last season, where he barely missed playoffs. And he's also a notorious graphic designer and is the creator of the league logo. So if you guys have any graphic design needs, you should definitely hit up Bummer. Now, last but certainly not least, for Division 3 coaches, we have Riptide. Riptide is a returning coach with 6 years of draft league experience that has been a Division 2 staple since his debut and even made quarterfinals in back-to-back seasons of Division 2. He submitted his application at the last minute and now falls in Division 3, but will certainly be one of the top coaches here and will be one to watch, as this is looking like a pretty stacked division. And now that's it for your Division 3 Griseous division in PWC Season 12. I'm going to pass it over to the grimiest coach in PWC season history, Mr. Grimes. Thanks.
Hi, Mr. Grimes, current PWC protagonist here. I just want to say thank you for what I'm sure was a stunning introduction by whomever presented the division before me, and welcome everyone to the reveals for the 4th division of the PWC. This division is known as the Berserk division this season. However, before we get into it, I would like for us to please rise for our national anthem.
Yeah. Alright, look, let me tell a little story about a guy named Grimes. He sat at home hurting, had to make up for the time. He started playing games and invested all his change. Now he's worth much more than a couple little dimes. Cashed out, see the wealth, he been working on the fast route. Mr. Regal looking
Thank you. Thank you. Our first coach is geographically our hungriest coach. He is a bottom division staple, none other than HTZ Attila, also known as the PWC loser. If you've been on the server for more than 5 minutes, there is a good chance he has made an impression on you and you know who he is. I truly believe it is his duty to take over as the bottom division's main character now that I have been promoted out of the bottom division. When it comes to battling, he is known for being a coach with some of the silliest sets. Over in my free-for-all server, cheap plug, he has some of the wackiest sets there, but don't let that fool you. He will do the same in a league battle. Beware of HTZ Attila. Our second coach is another bottom division staple, or at least a name I recognize from last season. It is Time Vault. This man played consistently from seasons 4 to 7 and did not participate until last season. Had a rough season last season. I definitely did not grab 4 kills against him with the Choice Band of Loma Mola, but past is in the past. We're looking forward to the future. This season is not last season. Time Vault is ready to make an impact, and you do not need to sleep on it. Our third coach is a graduate from the Starvin' Pig Academy. We have Backpack Boy, a semi-finalist from last season, surprised us all by beating some of the season's favorites to win, including yours truly, to get to semifinals. An underdog story if I've ever seen one. Here's to hoping he can grab the gold this season and claim his spot on top of the Berserk division. Our fourth coach is an admin favorite, the strong and silent Anubion. They say that a good best man speech truly reflects the groom. In honor of that, I will simply say best of luck to Anubion in Season 12. Our fifth coach is a beloved server member. It is Blindfangs. Probably one of the kindest people I have ever met on this platform. A frequent over on the free-for-all server, and it's always a lot of fun when he is around. Don't let that fool you. He is a lethal competitor and one of our gym leaders within our gym challenge. His main goal is to blow up and act like he don't know nobody. Best of luck to Blindfangs. Our sixth coach, a part of a bottom division dynasty. We have Foxhunter 350. Apparently, he is the brother of our beloved Blindfangs, which came as a surprise to me but shouldn't have because he is a kind gentleman as well. Did not participate in the last season, but I've seen him here. I've had him over in the DPL. Him and I have butted heads a few times in draft, and we've both come out on top. Another great competitor, and somebody who will do well this season. I feel it in my bones. I truly do. Our seventh coach is the returning Benny Alien, a replacement coach from last season participating in his first full season this season. If I recall correctly, he picked up his team after it was already guaranteed not to make playoffs. I could be mistaken. However, the few battles we did see, we know this guy is a threat. Excited to see how he does in his first full season of PWC. Our eighth coach, I believe, is our first newcomer to bottom division. It is Phantom 31415. Not a lot seems to be known about this guy. When I tried to find some info about him from his profile, it simply said procrastinating. So I assume he isn't watching the reveals as it goes live, but he'll catch it later. I assume he is from the NBA, which is a league that Trail advertised in. I just assume it's a draft league. But also, he could very well himself just be LeBron James. Our ninth coach is a name I was surprised to see in the list of people for bottom division. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Timmy. Now, I know I say I was surprised to see him in bottom division, but I can only recall him from Ashton's draft league, his doubles draft league to be specific, the URDDL, where I believe he did very well there, made it all the way to semifinals and claimed third place by beating Ashton himself. He supposedly played here previously. We'll have to see how he does here in bottom division. I've also had him over in the free-for-all server, and he makes some pretty funny sets that are really good. So I would keep an eye out for this guy during the season. If you're a betting man, whenever the bets go out, I'd be betting on Timmy. Our 10th coach, another coach returning from last season, is Scepter Bird. He was in our bottom division last season. Had a few scheduling issues last season that may have thrown him off his game, but he's back. He's better than ever. He's ready to go, and he's ready to show that last season was just a fluke. It's just a fluke. He's ready. He's ready. He's ready. Our 11th coach, we have Talent Anderson. When doing research for him by looking at the season 11 doc, last season's doc. It just says that his first game was overturned 2 times for rule breaks. I don't know if that was his fault or not, but I thought that was a pretty interesting fact. He did fairly well last season. Again, like most of our bottom division coaches, he's looking to break out and prove that he is a star within the PWC. So best of luck to Talon Anderson. Our 12th coach is known as Bread Enthusiast. I don't know if there is any relation to Bread Pudding, an admin in the server. And the note for this guy says, a return from hiatus starting in Season 9. I don't know if there is any relation, but I thought it was worth mentioning. This individual has not played a lot of drafts. He has done 2 draft leagues previously, and he had a good time. We will just have to wait and see how our Bread Enthusiast does in the PWC. Our 13th coach returning from last season is Wolfpack for life. Man, you don't abandon the Wolfpack. Once you in the Wolfpack, you in there for life. Wolfpack blood runs deep. This man went 6-2 last season. This man will mess you up. Don't play with the Wolfpack. Nah, this guy will get your ass. He here to turn up. Nah, he here to turn up. All y'all other coaches better be well. He gonna get you. He gonna get you. Our 14th coach, a newcomer, is known as Golden Mazda. He has been playing Pokemon casually since Gen 6, presumably X and Y, and now he looks to break out into the competitive scene. He has read the textbooks, passed all of his classes, watched all the Wolf Click YouTube videos, and now looks to put all of his knowledge to practice by trying draft for the first time. Best of luck. I know exactly what it's like to try draft for the first time. PWC is a great way to break into it. Best of luck to Golden Mazda in his first draft league. Our 15th coach, a coach returning from a long 7-season hiatus. It is Silver. I assume this is an epic return. He has been battling here before I even joined the server. He won the Season 3 Cross Division, but hasn't touched the game in 3.5 years. So he is covered in rust and unfamiliarity with a lot of the new mons, but rust comes off quickly, and he could easily dominate the competition. Our 16th coach, our last coach, hailing from the DPL, is none other than Jax. Jax is... Look, come on, guys. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? Do you know? Cut the music. Cut it. Cut that music. I know you're playing music. Cut that music. Do you know what this man has done to me personally? I can't go 5 minutes without... I can't hang out with this guy for 5 minutes without him sexually harassing me. He has been my complete and utter rival since we met in the 7th grade. Nearly 10 years. And you want me to talk about him and his merits? Screw the script, okay? Screw it. You want to know about Jax? Put a Palafin on his team and he's winning the entire division. He's going to teach his chat out racial slurs. I once witnessed this man drunkenly make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and put chicken patties in it. I once witnessed him completely sober this time put rotisserie chicken inside of 2 chocolate chip cookies, and it was the greatest thing I ever tried. I can't do this. I'm sorry. I can't do this. Best of luck to all of our coaches in bottom division. I want to thank Tranell for the opportunity to present Division 4. I am the reason he says there is a 4th division, so it feels really fitting that I would get to present it and its coaches. It's just a great honor. Thank you for that, Tranell. Thanks to all of you who tuned in, and thanks to everybody who applied. Hopefully you enjoyed it.
We now throw it to MikeHaley for Azure Division Reveals.
Alright everybody, MikeHaley here, co-admin of the Elite Trainers Association and everyone's favorite draft YouTuber. Today, I'm going to be introducing the Azure Division for the PWC in Season 11. The Azure Division is technically the 5th division in the league. However, it's the first of its kind, being a newcomer division. The purpose of this division is to have players who are brand new to the PWC have their skills tested to see what divisions they could place in future seasons. Today, I'm going to be introducing the new coaches to the Azure Division, starting off with Leela. Leela and her Spaniard squad have been making waves in the server ever since they've joined. Not only have they been very active, but her replays have been very solid, and she actually has remained undefeated in the regular season in the league that she and her squad are from. Next up we have Night Dazer, a longtime friend of Campbell Convention, who has been playing draft for a while and started a monotype league which ran for 6 seasons. They took a break from draft after the final season and are looking to make a return. Our next coach is Leezy Peasy. Leezy is yet another newcomer hailing from the NBA. He was even on one of their PGP roster spots. Their replays show off some good fundamentals and make us believe that they are right at home with the high-tier newcomers. Next, we have Rick, one of the most interesting applications that we've received. He used to be a big name in the draft community who ran some big leagues like the DTT Team Tour server. He has also won 5 different leagues and was generally very successful in his time in draft. However, he has been out of draft for 3 years now, so we'll see if he'll be able to shake off the rust. Next, we have Stormtide. And I just want everyone to know I'm not saying this, I'm reading off a script right now, so this is all in capital letters. Guess what? It's another NBA goon. Some wild and creative teams in the application replays. One of them was actually 4 different weathers in a cast form, so I may be smoking crack putting him here. However, he seems to be doing well in terms of play. Sink or swim and all of that. Next we have Benjaboy NL. Benjaboy is actually still pretty new to draft. However, he has been first in the one draft he did play in. In addition to that, his replays were at a high level of play, so he is an exciting prospect to go with the other strong newcomers. It is sink or swim. Next we have MT105, a newcomer from the NBA who went 6-2 in his last 2 leagues and showcased some good fundamentals in his replays. Next, we have Drite Wake. He has got just over 2 years of draft experience in both singles and doubles. Submitted an insane replay with Dragon Dance Weakness Policy Melodic that actually worked, and I'm in love with him now. Has been one of the more active newcomers on the server. We don't know much about him, but he seems like a colorful addition, so let's see if he can swim with all the sharks. Next up, we have Swagachu. Baller name, by the way, I just want to give you a shout out on that. An old acquaintance of mine from a small league I played in 3 years ago that died in a few weeks. He was actually still unbeaten when it died. He is primarily an OU player normally, so let's see if he still has it after 3 years of separation from draft. Next up we have Royce Snover. He introduced himself as an NBA goon, and that's exactly what he is. He made me sit through 80 turns of Celesteela sub Leech Seed stall in his replay when we have 100 replays to get to. He kinda is my mortal enemy now. While he is a goon, his replay was pretty high level like most NBA dudes, and he seems to be doing well in draft. So there you go. Next we have Shadow 2054. This newcomer has been playing Mons for 5 years and has won 2 championships in his time in draft. His replay showcased a nice Glaciate Encore Victini set, which seems to indicate that he might just be the type of creative player that we love to have. Next, it's Hydra. Smurf alert. Very, very exciting, yet completely unknown coach with years of experience. His replay was one of the best that we have received, yet he only applied for mid-division. We were very close to putting him in Division 2 directly, however we chose to go with the Oranges instead. We can't wait to see how they will do with the other strong newcomers, but we believe we might have a real dark horse on our hands. Next we have Vios. Vios is an early applicant newcomer that has shown sporadic activity on the server for quite a while. His primary mode of communications are emotes and meme images, which hits right at home with us. His replays were also decent, so we welcome you to the jungle. Next, we have Little Strike. This newcomer is entirely pushed by Starvin Pig, so I take zero responsibility for this one. Replay was decent, and Starvin fell in love with him randomly, mostly because of his use of Grassy Seed Hatterene, which beat a Palaphant. Next up, we have Eager99, another newcomer from the NBA who has been playing draft for 2 years and has generally good success. Apparently, he likes to meme and team building from time to time, but his play in apps were very good. Lastly, we have Pabby, first officer of the Spaniard squad. Like Lilia, the general level of play seems to be decent, making us believe that they might potentially do quite well in the pile. And that is it for the Azure division in the PWC. Next up, I'm going to be throwing it to Caracasa to reveal his division. Peace out, and good luck, trainers.
Thank you, MikeHaley, for that nice introduction. MikeHaley being one of our veterans as well, what a legend. So let me get started with our last showdown division, the Gracidea division. So the Gracidea division right now hosts our newcomers and people who have little to no experience in drafting, but still show lots of potential. So let's get started with it right away. Sadie90. So Sadie, our first coach, she has recently come back 2 months. She had an incredibly long pause and is still somewhat washed and rusty. However, she has been very active recently and she seems to be very excited and motivated. So let's welcome her. Next one is Hippie-Mochi. So there has been a little Spanish invasion going on, as it seems, and Hippie-Mochi is another one of the Spaniard squad who is set out to take over our server. However, before they could even dream to achieve that, they will have to prove themselves and escape the pile first, which is not going to be easy. So let's see how they will do it. Next one is Seb Stolen. He is a newcomer who has heard about draft leagues recently. However, he has mostly playing VGC, so not very experienced in singles. But that is not a bad thing, as he is good in mons anyways, and we will see how good his VGC knowledge will transform to the draft format. His replays definitely indicate that he has some knowledge and is a good fit. So let's see how he does. I'm very excited. Next one we have Hot Rod Toaster. So he is a primarily random battle player, and he has only done 1 draft league prior to ours, but he is apparently found fun in it and he's trying to understand the format a bit better. So I hope we can do that for you and that you will have lots of fun here, Hot Rod Toaster. So yeah, let's see how you will perform. Next one we have Max, or MAX 101. So he is a pretty young competitive player and he is also very new to draft, which is not a bad thing because he is very, very motivated. He is extremely promising, so who knows, we might have a rising star in our hands, and I am pretty sure that Max will climb the ladders quickly. So yeah, Max, definitely excited to see how you will perform. Next one is Demu. So he's another newcomer from the NBA and he inhabits the lower power ranks there, which is not an issue because the NBA is a pretty stacked draft league in general and definitely one of the favorites in this division. So Demu, let's see how you will perform in our server. Let's see if we can give you a bit of a challenge. Next is Spots. Not very much known about him, but he has a pretty similar name to Spox, so I'm not sure if he's here to steal the Spox name, and prove himself as the only one worthy of carrying this title. So let's welcome this newcomer and see how his first season here will be. Next we have Amish Drip. Amish Drip has played in 3 draft leagues up to this point and is looking for his first big success. So maybe the PWC will be your first big W, but be warned, our players are usually pretty stacked and pretty motivated. So yeah, it won't be easy for you, I promise you. Next we have PF987. So he described himself as a draft league addict and he has had some prior success, but in a more casual context. So let's see if our competitive PWC will be enough to bring you down or if you will sweep through this league with your addiction. Yeah, he has definitely been a fresh air on the server though. Next we got Tomi. So like Lilia, Peibi and previously described Hippie-Mochi, he is also part of the Spaniard squad who are trying to invade and take over the PWC. However, he is not Spanish himself. He is Argentinian, so maybe he's an imposter. I am not sure. But his replays seemed quite solid, and we believe that he will be a great fit and a very strong contester in this division. So best of luck to you. Let's see how you will perform. Next, we got J-Work. I hope I pronounced that right. So he had a very confident application, and it shows that he's here to win. He is probably going to grasp every single opportunity, so beware other contestants. He will be trying to get the win no matter what. Best of luck to your quest. Next, we got Nobody 777. So he submitted a very confident application as well, but his replay did not really quite live up to his hype. But the replays don't always say the truth about the player, because I know that it's hard to find good replays about yourself, especially if you just have to play games now because you didn't save the replays prior to it. So definitely interested how he will compete and how he will prove himself. Next, we got Major Comeback. So Major Comeback, as the name suggests, will have his major comeback because he has been absent from draft for over 3 years, which is a pretty long time, so the rust is probably still showing. However, he has had mixed results prior to that, so a bit of a wild card. But like many of the newcomers in this division, we noticed him primarily because he has some very good activity on the server, so everyone seems to be very active. Next, we got Dai Oak Mechoko, so I have definitely pronounced that one wrong, so maybe just hit me up and tell me how you should pronounce it. But he is pretty much a blank sheet for me. I don't know anything about him, so I am very interested to see how he will perform. And yeah, best of luck to you as well. Next, we got Aom Alexandri. So almost no experience in competitive play, but he seems to be very excited and ready to play. He is also extremely active and responds rather fast, so let's see how he will perform in his first season in the PWC. Very excited. And last but not least, we have Hiroki. So I bet the Spaniards were already getting nervous and afraid that we have left one of them out, but no, Hiroki is part of this season as well. So he completes your Spanish invasion team, and let's see how you guys manage to in the PWC, if you guys will take some titles. And I wish to all of you some good luck and a great season. So yeah, that's Caracasa signing out.
And this concludes our Season 12 coach roster. Congratulations to those who made it in, and a big sorry to those who couldn't give a spot to. As I said, we had many rejections, unfortunately, but you guys can still make the choice to stay around as potential replacements, as we always do need those. Also, a big shout out to all my narrators. You guys did a great job as always. Was a lot of fun. And yeah, the draft will start tomorrow at December 27th, 3 p.m. EST, 9 p.m. European time. We hope to see all of you guys around, prepared for that. Please make sure to listen to the announcement regarding our draft bot. That is very important. We draft with the use of a bot. It makes everything easier. Please use the bot when the time comes. And yeah, with that, we hope and wish you guys will have a lot of fun this season. See you around. Bye.